Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeppelin, and the reaction you are about to watch here today was taken from a live stream where I done a bunch of reactions to a bunch of different songs over on my Twitch. Make sure to go check out my Twitch at Zeppelin77 if you want to see those live. But of course, if you missed them live, you get to see them all here. They'll be cut up and put up here on YouTube for you guys to see. So I just wanted to make this quick intro just to let you guys know, because the formatting is a little bit different than what you're normally used to on this YouTube channel, and I do be talking with the chat from Twitch every now and then in the video, so in case you're just wondering why it's a little different, that is why. However, a lot of reactions will still be going up on this channel that are recorded specifically for YouTube and are not taken from Twitch, so this is not a format that we are moving over to permanently if you do not like it as much. There will be a mixture of both going forward, but however, I hope you enjoy regardless, and please make sure to subscribe if you can. We are getting very, very close to being able to apply for YouTube Partner, and any subscription would go a long way towards helping me achieve that goal. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope to see you in more videos going forward, and make sure to check out my Twitch. We have fun over there. Peace. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is where I'm starting the video from the live cut on Twitch. I will be talking to people who are reacting or who are watching this live, so it's a little more all over the place, but I will be reacting to the rest of this album not live, so like my standard format of how I do it. So don't worry about what would I call it? I can never think of the right thing to say when I need to say it. If you don't like this format necessarily when watching a reaction on YouTube, don't worry about it. The rest of the album I'll be reacting to as I have been normally with the other stuff. I've just done a live session tonight. This is one of the songs recommended, so we're going to do it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't the first song on the album. So I'm excited, looking forward to it. Hey, I'm Mexican Zeppelin, love it. Get her done, bud. Get her done. The Who's a Mongolian band. I'm going to a concert next year. Nice, nice. So anyone watching on YouTube, The Who is potentially on the list. It's potentially on the list. Alright, let's get into it. Queen of the Murder Scene's first song by The Warning, Dust to Dust. I might have to turn this down a tad, by the way. I gotta put it in such an early pause. That is very, very, very Muse Hysteria influenced. That bass line is very Muse Hysteria influenced. I get what you were saying as well about how I would probably prefer the bass because it's way more bass heavy. For the moment, at least, there's still a grittiness that I feel like I'm missing from the bass. It's very clean, still a little subdued. Wish the bass was a tad grittier, but I see what you mean by saying that I would like the bass on this. So we're going to keep going. That's a very early pause. I know, I had to say it because I would have been sitting with a grin on my face of not listening to the rest of it otherwise. Let's go. Alright, that's where I'm going to throw the first proper pause. Okami, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. We're doing reactions to a couple of songs at the moment that are going to be going live on YouTube, so if I'm not as interactive throughout listening to the music, don't worry, I will be interactive. I am just reacting to the song for YouTube. Check out the cover they did for Hysteria a few years ago. I've seen it. I quite like it. I think it's quite good. It is definitely quite good. I apologize. I'm not going to read all the comments while I do this reaction because I want it to be more about my thoughts. It's Not in a thing way, just for YouTube's sake. I don't want this video to be too twitchy for YouTube, if that makes sense. This, I can definitely hear the improvement in production, in vocals, a little bit in songwriting, but the concept is already selling me in terms of like, this feels different. It's reaffirming my decision of why I wouldn't want to go any further back in their discography, because I think they'd be a bit too young. I mentioned a lot of that in my next video, which is out tomorrow, 6 p.m. GMT, for those who are watching on Twitch. But I'm liking it. It's interesting. It is setting up setting up a story. I like it. I've already talked twice already, so I'm letting a lot of this play through. That's very metal. I like it. Very much so, Lewis. Last pause, and this is just to avoid copyright on YouTube. I'm liking it so far. It feels darker. It feels definitely darker than the EP, but not too dark to the point I wouldn't like it, because I don't like really dark, heavy music. It's not really my thing either. But so far I'm liking it. It's interesting. And also, I had a great Christmas with Cammy, if you're still here. I had a very good Christmas. Quiet one, but a good one. And Pauline, the drummer, singing lead. Interesting. So, do they all take turns singing in the band, or is it just the drummer and the guitarist that take turns? Because I like that they change, but and I apologize, I don't really know the names off by heart yet. But the guitarist's vocals is definitely the one that I'm digging the most. I can see maybe that's why it's the lead, the lead vocalist, I suppose, for the most part. You won't get copyright in the album because they were independent when this was released. Oh, interesting. Interesting to see how that works. I haven't reacted, because I thought there was something I reacted to that was independent before and it got completely blocked. So I'll have to see how that works. Fingers crossed. My father did something with Rammstein. And I don't know who the other one is, but Nice and the Rammstein. I do want to see Rammstein at some point. My friend's cousin seen them. Or my friend's sister seen them. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, let's keep this going. Run it to the end and leave you my final thoughts. Good drum change. I like that change. Again, I still wish there was a little more of that grit. I don't even know if the right word is grit. But I'll try and quantify it after this. Fuzz might be a better word. Nice. I like that. Is that an Egyptian scale? Is that their correct term for that she was doing that in? Could be completely wrong on that. Okay, that was Dust to Dust by The Warning, the first song from the Queen of the Murder Scene album. I like it. To give it out of 10, Let's do that straight away, folks. Probably it why have I given so much of the warning stuff an 8? It feels like I'm playing it so safe, but there's something about that song. I could really picture that being a song in Call of Duty Zombies. It may sound like such a weird reference, but I could picture just running around mowing down zombies with that song in the background. That song hits a different vibe for me, a vibe that I'm quite into. Like, while it may not be the song I'd have as much on a playlist, it's like for active listening, it's a song I'd always love to have there in the background that I could really get into, maybe even listen to it at the gym. I like that song, but in a different way than I liked the other songs that I've reacted to so far, which is a really good sign, because when a band can appeal to different moods of mine, they really grow on me in an all-rounder kind of sense. And that's just cool. It's good. Like, I dig it. I dig it, man. Just to be as, cool as possible. Use the word dig, makes me sound young. I mean, I am young, but I don't talk like I'm young. I talk like a feckin' old man. I mean, just look at my hairline. Look what I'm covering up here, guys. But no, I do really like it. It's a very good introduction to the album. I always said this, again, like, I reacted to a full album of Greta Van Fleet, and one of the biggest things I said about the Greta Van Fleet album on my channel was tonality. That they really had to keep the first song, and a lot of the songs, if you're doing a sort of concept, has to keep the tone running through. And an important thing with an opening song is to set the tone going forward, to pull you into the sort of universe that you are going to be occupying throughout the course of the album. And as one of the comments, I think it was you, Lewis, that said that the song is like a prologue, and I completely agree. That's how an introductory song should act. No introductory songs to a concept album should be a single, the one that they put up as the single, because the introductory song is there to do a job, I think, and it does a job very well, I think, in this one, in my opinion, because again, I've never broken out of my shell enough to write music and sing it. I do like to sing, but I'm not great, and I've never come out of my shell enough to really embrace singing or like writing music properly. But I do write lyrics. I wrote quite a lot of poetry back when I was incredibly depressed a few years ago, and I kind of got a knack for writing from that. And as of recently, I try to write concept stuff, and I was doing a concept of this is a big rant, and again on YouTube I apologize if this is annoying you, but I done a writing piece that was based on loneliness, and it was sort of played through lockdown, but the idea was that, oh crap, now I'm alone again, I hate it. Then as the course of through having to be lonely for a long time, you grow used to it, it becomes comforting, and then a period of maybe coming out of it where it scares you, but then kind of accepting that you're okay with loneliness and being around people, and whether or not it sounds depressing, the circumstance, it's how the person in the concept of the album feels, that they're just they've learned to accept and enjoy what other people might consider a form of misery, was the basic idea. And the first one I found, like the first one in that, I found ridiculously hard to write, because I had to set up this world, which is why I have a lot of respect for concept albums that hit the nail on the head off the first song. And at the time they were just 13, 15 and 17 when they released this album. You see, that's very cool. That is very, very cool. I'm not usually a fan of like younger artists. Like, it's just not something I'd follow. I don't, because I just think when you're of that age, especially 13, it's like you're just going to be at a stage where you're not as good as what you do until you're 17, 18. Like, it's just the blatant truth. And it's like, I don't really want to hear, well, no, I don't want to hear, is that I will be interested the most in your creative process when the creative process really starts to take hold at a later age. So, if I went into this straight away not knowing any of them, and I went in to listen to this in the thing someone told me was 13, 15, I'd be like, oh, you know, that doesn't matter to me. But with these turning into, like, they're turning into such amazing artists, it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I wonder, I'm just curious, I think the bassist is the youngest one, they're 13. I wonder how much creative input they have, because it would also make sense as well that I said the bass was very reminiscent of Hysteria, that the bassist being so young would be more likely to rip off things they already know. And some people could take that as a criticism. I'm not saying it as a criticism. I don't mean it to come across as a criticism if it does. Not your typical little girls play music, they're avid readers. Yeah, that's really cool. God, that sounded so condescending. I didn't mean it to. I'm sorry. It's my voice. It's genuinely, I just sound like such a condescending bastard sometimes. But yeah, I really like the song. For those watching on YouTube, sorry for the long rant, incoherent. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be reacting to the full album on this channel, so make sure to stay tuned.